Hi everyone! I had a really busy week last week. I was organizing my son's his first big birthday party with all the kids and entertainment, and it was super fun, but I just didn't realize how much time and energy it will take up. So it was super fun, and once it all was done, it was like, whew, I could sit down and just have a cup of coffee and really absorb everything that has happened that week, and it's been great. So yes, here are a few things that I treated myself to, because like I said, it was such a busy week. I went grocery shopping 3 times, decorations, balloons, all that good stuff, and I thought I need to get something for myself just to have a little break from all that organizing and everything. So around this time of the year, I usually purchase these magazines. So I'm from UK, and we have like in supermarkets, when you go to any of the bigger supermarkets, you can usually find a big variety of different crafting magazines. And I have said this before, that generally the magazines themselves aren't that great. Some of them are better than others, but in general I buy them for what they have, the goodies that they have included. Around this time of the year, it's usually Christmas related, so it helps with card making, it helps with having fun with my son. We can do little things, like for example in this one here, what magazine is that? I think it's Card Making and Papercraft, and it's got 22-piece stamp and die set. So here in the corner there's some dies here, so use a little birdie you can do, and a couple of the other wintry things. So that's a lot of fun to play with kids. You can give them like colored paper, or what we tend to do is cut it out of like craft grade watercolor paper and then watercolor the images later on. But also it has here a bunch of clear stickers, which I always find super pretty. Some of them are just so beautiful, and they're so easy to make Christmas cards with, which I will be doing soon. And then I also got this magazine, which is Simply Cards and Papercraft. So how is that different to this one? The only difference I see is Simply, but is that a completely different magazine or what? Anyway, so here we have got also quite a lot of items. So we've got 26 pieces, and they started combining the die sets with the clear stamps, which is really good, because before that, generally you would kind of in a magazine get one or the other, but I'm quite keen to see that there is a combination. So here we have a tag die, and then there is another tag here, and there's these small I'd say over an inch. This looks like it's just over an inch, maybe inch and a half would it be, or inch and a quarter, cute little bobble shapes that you can cut out and then decorate with the other bits and pieces that come in here, or you could just, for example, cut it out of white watercolor paper and do some watercoloring, and that's it. That would be your decoration. Another fun thing to do with kids. And here we have a bunch of Christmas. Actually, let me just take it out. Okay, so here you get a few sentiments. I like the fact that these are very tiny, so if you're working on something small, you could actually stamp this inside here because it's a small size. And then there's also to and from, which is super cute. I like that, and it's also quite small, so you could again use it on the tag, and it's something neat because I always sign envelopes, for my son's like nursery and things like that. So yeah, it's a nice little stamping tool here, which I didn't have in my other ones. So again, there's some florals which you can use throughout the year. There's some greenery as well, which you can use throughout the year, and a couple of the Christmassy themed ones like the snowflakes. And since I just opened it, here's a few examples that what you can do here. And I'm not going to flip through, but basically you get this magazine and you get some advertising, which goes in the bin. And then you get this one here, cards and craft for Christmas. So this one is getting you ready for all that Christmassy stuff. And that's what I got in this one. And since we're at it, let me just open this magazine as well. Okay, so this one is a bit simpler. It just is one magazine and it has a bunch of things. So it's got, sometimes it's got like paper here you can use. So things like that, and then this is again for you to see. So that's that. The other thing I got was this, which is actually something I've been looking at, and I didn't want to invest into a book because I know there's loads of books available on Amazon, but I just wanted something a little bit low key. And this is a magazine which is there a name to it? There are a few things in here. Okay, so it's called Simply Lettering, and it's basically all about different lettering styles and the products that you can use. And again, they try to kind of, you know, stylize it in such a way that it's Christmas related. So also some modern things, which I'm quite happy to see. In general, lettering is a modern craft that has been quite fashionable, I want to say. So it's not going to be, you know, those cheesy cards that look quite tacky or something, but yeah, it has a great kind of modern element to it, so quite happy to see that. And yeah, you can get to know some of the pens that are recommended for this. I already have some Tombow pens, and what else? Oh, I actually realized there was something I've ordered which I haven't received, but I ordered it a long time ago. And it's the, what was it? It was this set here. It was the Mildliner. I ordered a couple of the sets. I need to check where it's gone. Anyway, so those are great as well. The Zebra Mildliner. On one side it's a super fine tip, and on the other it's a brush. So they're great for letter work as well. Now, what you get here apart from the magazine is a couple of things. So this says here 2020 designer calendar. So I would imagine you can cut out these cards and use them in your projects if you wanted to. The paper is nice and thick. Then you also get this designer calendar, and there isn't any holes here for you to hang it up. Maybe they assume because we're crafty we're going to have some sort of hole punch, but you can hang it on your wall. So here what you have is on every month you have some sort of prompt here, like a nice little quote or something like that. And it also, I think in all of the cases it says who it's by, or maybe not in all of the cases, but in some of the cases it says who it's by, and some of them it doesn't. So then you can take any color brush pen and kind of try to letter on top of it, and that way, you know, you're learning how to do it, as well as you kind of feel like you personalized it a little bit yourself. And then here you get your month and then a little area for notes. You can keep it on your desk as well, just to have a quick overview for the months, which is quite good for me because look at that, that's so pretty. Listen to your heart, and the actual illustration here is super pretty. Yeah, so I will be using that because I will I'm going to have a busy year ahead, so it will be good for me to make little notes here and there. So that's that. And then finally you get this little guide. So it's a lettering practice sheets for brush and dip pens. So you can use either brush pens or dip pens. And the paper is really nice. Feels quite smooth, but it's not too thin. And yeah, you just learn how to brush, do the brush lettering with different styles. Some are really nice, and then on the other side here again you have a bigger, more kind of arty way of doing it. So all sorts of different things, and that just looks like fun to do over Christmas or even start now, just to have something to relax with. Yeah, so I've been really into brush lettering lately, and that's why I got it. So that's it for this little magazine crafting haul, and thanks for watching, and see you soon.